What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Nurse Dre. If the universe has led you here in a beautiful fate-filled step, please hit that subscribe button. You won't be disappointed. Today we're looking at some crazy TikToks about Nibiru or planetx that are going to blow your mind. Let's get into it.
The mothership Nibiru has returned.
Without this excerpt, he had to put this, this message out because, like I said, they cannot hide the truth under the age of Aquarius. They can't hide it. They got to give it to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the Commander-in-Chief of the United States Joint Forces, I am here today to inform you that a number of unidentified flying objects have appeared over many parts of our country. Though their exact origin remains to be fully determined, the FBI has informed me that it is very likely that these are visitors of extraterrestrial nature.
No.
I advise the American people to remain calm.
Is this Cap?
And wait for further announcements.
Hold on, further analysis bullshit. Did he come out and say this, or is this Cap? Because, like, part of me is kind of feeling like it kind of sounds almost like one of those AI generated voice bots, that like they can take somebody's voice from and then like make them say whatever the fuck they want them to. But then also, like, shit, this is where we at right now. I mean, he could have very well come out and said this, and his lips are matching up with the words. So, like, I 50-50. What do y'all think? Is this real?
We shall overcome this threat with confidence and vigilance. May God protect our souls.
Oh yeah, for sure it's Cap, because he ain't gonna pray to God. Let's be real.
For 20,000 peace advocates, including Nobel Peace Prize laureates, signed a joint letter requesting the delegates of both sides in orbit to work together and put Earth's interest first.
What the fuck is that?
Russia and its allies have warned the NATO from any attempts at sending astronauts to the alien spaceships as it begins intensifying its surveillance throughout orbit. President Joe Biden said that Russia's empty threats will not deter the NATO from sending its representatives to make first contact with the aliens.
Okay, first I thought this was like part of a movie, but now I'm thinking like, wait, but it's got Joe Biden in there as the president and we are fighting Russia. Is there some new movie that's come out that I have not seen that is more realistic than we think? What is the movie? If you know, leave it down below. I mean, fuck, I don't know. I don't know.
The countdown to the first contact with the aliens has begun. The NATO announced today that its delegates will approach the alien spaceships starting tomorrow, a move that defies Russia's threats of retaliation with a swift response. The allies of both groups have reportedly been gathering a stockpile of nuclear warheads in orbit.
What? Is Alien Invasion a movie?
We're approaching the gate of the mothership. Godspeed, Earthstream. We're counting on you.
Americans, we are warning you not to approach the gates, or there will be consequences.
Consequences.
Americans, this is your last warning.
What's that object that's approaching us? I don't know. Houston, there is something coming out of the Soyuz spacecraft. We're not seeing anything in our systems, Lieutenant Robert. Any idea what it could be?
Oh, snap.
A short time ago, I ordered the use of our nuclear arsenal against Russia and its allies, who have...
Hold on, we're not just gonna blow past that. What was that, y'all? Is that a movie? I really want to see it if it is. Let me know. For real. But like, it looks so realistic, like something that really would happen. Ugh. I don't know. Yeah.
We are in there.
Yeah, like we're gonna have to do that, aren't we? Each and every one of y'all. I'm gonna have to, because I know y'all aren't gonna do it. I'm gonna have to do it myself. No, I'm just kidding. I know y'all are busy. Listen, we all are. But I really want to see that, and I highly doubt that phone number or whatever that guy was telling you to go find even exists anymore. But we gotta try, right? I mean, hell, that video had to have been from like 1971. But we gotta try. And by the way, I'm sorry, y'all. It's so hot in my house. My fan is on. I'm so sorry you gotta deal with the noises. I know. Shoot me.
Age of Aquarius. This means Earth is really about to destroy the matrix and flush out everyone that don't belong here. Water is one of the highest frequencies on this planet, and demons and devils cannot live where there is water. This is why the jinn is always located in the desert. While the earth is detoxing and flushing out all these parasites, here are a few movies you can check out. If you want to know about reincarnation and how they steal your soul, watch the movie Soul. If you want to know about aliens, watch the movie Jupiter Ascending.
Hey, Jupiter Ascending is crazy. Yo, I got a movie. It's got some clips from Jupiter Ascending. It's like a little video. I'm going to go ahead and post that one too. I don't know when I'm going to post it, but I'm going to post it soon.
This is good information.
That's crazy.
If you want to know about different timelines and how every choice you make in this life is going to actually dictate your next life, then watch Cloud Atlas. The 13th floor, it tells you about how the whole universe is just a hologram. Nothing is real. I gotta check out this movie. If you have any star seeds that want to know about spirituality, then they should watch Avatar Airbender. They have to watch Aang and Korra. Every woke person should watch Dark City. If you want to know the battle you are facing when you're trying to help someone wake up, watch Dark City. It tells you why certain people can't wake up. We are in spiritual revelations right now. So everything that was hidden from us on the live.
So rumor has it Chinese scientists have successfully cloned dragons.
What?
Yes, you heard me right, dragons. You're going to want to stick around for this one, because what this resulted in might end up having an impact on every last one of us. According to the source, this is all taking place in the genetics lab out of Beijing. How are they accomplishing such a feat? Well, they're using a cutting-edge technology, a targeted gene editing program known as CRISPR-Cas9. With this system, you can basically take the traits of one animal and cross it and insert it into the DNA of another, as long as those animals are compatible. It's basically allowing scientists to pick the genetics that they want that creature to have. The CRISPR portion of the method are actually sections of DNA, while the Cas9 are an enzyme that they find in bacteria. This method has led to the patented glowfish that shines under UV light, and also a glowing rabbit. Look away from
Y'all, that looks real. Did it look real to y'all? That dragon? And I thought CRISPR was like that thing that they put all our DNA in, like if you get arrested or something. Are they using our DNA? Why am I even asking that question? Yes, they're using our DNA. Yes. But are they using it to make hybrids?
Canada and towards Siberia, and two, it is accelerating. It's moving so fast now, we've had to update our model of Earth's magnetic field ahead of schedule. Why our magnetic poles move and flip has always been something of a mystery, but now a team of researchers from Leeds University believes they've found the closest. Block. Since the magnetic North Pole was discovered in the 1830s, it's been moving. Slowly at first, notching a top speed of at most 15 kilometers.
The poles are moving.
Since the 1990s, that pace has picked up, and now it trucks across the Arctic anywhere from 50 to 60 kilometers per year. I should mention that things can get a little confusing when we start to talk about the North Pole. The Earth actually has several, depending on your definition. There's the geographic North Pole, where all lines of longitude we've drawn on a globe converge. The magnetic North Poles don't align with the geographic North Pole. And yes, I said poles, because it turns out there are multiple magnetic North Poles.
Okay.
You've probably seen Earth's magnetic field likened to a giant bar magnet in your textbook, with one north and one south pole, what's known as a dipole.
From a zoomed out view, like, say, in space, the Earth's magnetic field appears to look and act like a dipole. And the spot that best represents the northern dipole is off the coast of Greenland. However, on a finer scale, the Earth's magnetic field is more varied and complex than a giant bar magnet. And there is a point where the Earth's magnetic field is perpendicular to the surface. If you were to stand over it with a compass, the needle would try and point straight down. So it's called the dip pole. So, to recap, there is a geomagnetic north dipole and a magnetic north dip pole, and they are different things that are in different places. Got it? Great, moving on. Anyway, the dip pole is the one that's on the moon, and we think it's because of the movement of the liquid iron in Earth's outer core. A few years ago, the research community suggested that jet streams of molten iron were open, but the idea was scrapped because the jets started accelerating years after the pole's movement did. So, the scientists have turned their attention farther south to find the source of the movement. The teams and leads used 20 years of data collected by satellites, including the European Space Agency's SWART, a trio in polar orbits that measure the strength and direction of Earth's magnetic field. They concluded that changes in flow at lower latitudes in the outer core have changed the magnetic flux, or the number of field lines, in two blobby areas. These blobs of magnetic flux are located underneath Canada and Siberia.
Really?
And one of its 3,600 years cycle.
Look, they say that the magnetic poles are moving so fast now. Usually they have to check it every 5 years to see where it's at, because that's how fast it moves, I guess. But like, starting in 2020, which is so sus, in 2020 it started moving like 10 times faster than it had been, or 50 times faster than it had been. I don't remember the number, but look, it's moving a lot faster to the point that they now have to check it yearly, like all the time, because it's moving so fast. So our poles are literally shifting. It's not a theory. It's not something somebody made up or conspiring. It's literally happening under our very feet. And, you know, sometimes they say on these websites that talk about migration and the population numbers in America, there's supposed to be a huge migration in the year 2024, 2025 to places like Russia and China. Why would that happen? Well, if the United States had shifted or the poles had shifted so much that the United States ended up at the North Pole and was the North Pole, none of us would live here. Like, let's be honest, we would not live here. So maybe those population sites know something that we don't.
The Earth's orbit created havoc on the sun and on Earth. Nibiru is also called the Destroyer in the Cauldron, which is an ancient gospel found in Scotland. It was omitted from biblical texts, much like the Dead Sea Scrolls were. It reads, "Men forgot to take the Destroyer, only the wise know where it went, and that it shall return at the appointed time. The Destroyer, color, bright and fierce, and ever changing, was unstable, a fierce thought flame."
I gotta read that book.
The stating Nibiru usually passes that causing harm. The tablets describe one cataclysmic event which occurred when Nibiru neared Earth. It says, first, black spots appeared on the sun's surface. The Earth's magnetic field became weaker. The temperature rose and ice caps began melting. This event we call the deluge, or the Great Flood. It also reads, for days before the day of the deluge, the earth was rumbling and groaning as if with pain. For nights before the calamity struck in heaven, Nibiru as a glowing star was seen. Well, according to the tablets, Enlil saw the oncoming disaster as an opportunity to rid the planet of humans that he deemed unworthy. He returned to Nibiru, but many Anunnaki chose to stay, instead witnessing the flooding and the destruction from the planet from their celestial boats which circle the earth. It reads, then there was darkness in daytime, and at night the moon as though by a monster was swallowed. The earth began to shake by a force before unknown. It was agitated. In the glow of dawn, a black spot cloud arose from the horizon. The morning light turned to dark. Then the sound of a rolling thunder boomed, and lightning lit the sky. On that day, a forgettable day, the deluge was born again. At that point, the South Pole's huge ice sheet collided and fell into the ocean. This would have created tsunamis everywhere, traveling north to the Gulf in Southeast Africa. The tidal wave continued until it reached and submerged the city of Eden, one of the first on an Africa, now located somewhere at the bottom of today's Persian. Witnessing the cataclysm, scientists who felt sympathy for his creation instructed his chosen one to know first. Among these few humans was Zayasudra, we know as Noah, and his family. A great storm with heavy rain started. The tidal wave kept sweeping the earth for 7 days, finally came to a halt. But the heavy rains continued for 40 more days, and the story of the deluge is recorded in almost every civilization on the planet.
Earth's magnetic field is the basis for all modern navigation, from airplanes to satellites in space and ships at sea, even Google Maps and smartphones. If it continues to deteriorate, those systems and more are at risk. The Earth's magnetic north was moving even before it was discovered in 1831. It's a natural process driven by molten iron moving deep beneath the Earth's crust. The magnetic north is now moving so quickly that it forced the world's geomagnetism experts to update the world magnetic model a year early. If the Earth's magnetic field decays significantly, scientists say it could collapse altogether and flip polarity, changing magnetic north to south and south to north. The planet's magnetic poles are believed to have flipped before in Earth history, but never in a time with such a dependence on technology. Many scientists now say a flip of north and south is looking more and more certain. Dale Hurst, CBN News.
Well, Dr. Hugh Ross is an astronomer and founder of Reason to Believe, and he joins us now. And Dr. Ross, I'm just delighted to have you with us. Tell us what this whole magnetic field is. And you said this is one of the unique characteristics of why the Earth is so important. Tell us about it.
Well, Earth has a strong dipole magnetic field, and that prevents water from being lost from the Earth, also protects us from the deadly radiation from both the sun and cosmic rays. And these reversals that we've been hearing about, they've happened several hundred times in the past half billion years of Earth's history. And we already have a pretty good idea what's going to happen during reversal. It'll be similar to what happened in 1859 when we got hit by a big solar flare. I mean, the magnetic field weakens, but there's a paper published by a Harvard astronomer just a couple of weeks ago making the point that as long as these reversals are short-lived, it does no damage to life on Earth or to our water loss. And we've survived several hundred in the past, but it will have significant consequences for a high-technology civilization. I mean, for example, something similar to what happened in 1859 would happen today. It would probably knock out several of our GPS satellites, and would definitely disrupt communications. The biggest consequence is the damage it could do to our electric power grid. And so I think it would be wise in view of the fact that we know this is going to happen in the relatively near future to take steps to protect the world's power grid. That will cost a few $1 billion, but that's a whole lot less than experiencing a shutdown of electric power grids for months or years.
Okay, that was a lot to digest, but if we know that Planet X is coming through our solar system and is kind of circling around our sun, and it comes by and it kind of passes by Earth, we know that it's going to make these huge changes to our magnetic field and the magnetic field of the sun. And we're going to change its magnetic field, inevitably. But when it does these things, it makes the sun shoot off all these flares that we're not used to. Our bodies are not used to them. Our Earth is not used to them. And if our magnetic field is already jeopardized by Nibiru coming through, then we have those solar flares come at us and the magnetic field isn't as strong enough to protect us. And of course, we're going to feel these. Well, first, we're going to feel a bunch of ascension DNA upgrades, I think. But also, all these light codes are going to come in here that we're not used to. We're going to feel sick. If you've been feeling sick lately, this is one of the reasons. Like, we're getting these huge solar flares that are coming in and upgrading our DNA and changing our magnetic field in our bodies and on our Earth. I mean, that's a lot to have to go through. So that's why we've been feeling like headaches or nausea, or just feeling like you have the flu, like you're hurting all over and you're really tired and you just don't want to deal with anybody's bullshit. Like, this is getting huge upgrades, I think. But at the same time, it's dangerous. I mean, people are dying out there in these heat strokes. So you're just going to see a lot in these next 3 videos about how people are seeing the symptoms of Planet X coming through our solar system and actually being in our neighborhood right now. So.
Tendy and french fry combo?
Hell no. Can I get a chicken tendy combo, please?
Bruh. Okay, that'll be $6.99.
I think it broke his CPU. So that's supposed to be Nibiru right there. It's Planet X, Nibiru, Planet 9, whatever you fucking call it. It's all the same thing, okay? Same planet, just a weird planet that is coming to our solar system. But this is compelling evidence right here, and you can tell, like, it's real. I mean, it's a solid structure. So North Dakota. Although
Nibiru is showing the world signs of its approach. Think it's a game.
So that soon planes will start just falling out of the sky. You can't hide the effects of Planet X. A solar storm will sweep across the Earth, and it did last night, raising prospects of dazzling light visible as far south as Chicago. Prompting airlines and electric grid operators to step up monitoring of the potentially damaging geomagnetic activity. Solar eruptions called coronal mass ejections burst from the sun in 2 waves on Monday and are building up enough energy to potentially become a level 3 geomagnetic storm when it hits, according to Rob Steinberg, a space scientist with the U.S. Space Weather Prediction Center. Now, solar storms like hurricanes are ranked on a 5-step scale, with 1 being the weakest and 5 being the strongest, category 5. But researchers won't exactly know this storm's strength until it reaches the monitoring satellite about 1 million miles from Earth. At that point, the waves will be about 90 minutes away, and the forecast could be updated. A G3 storm could trigger false alarms for protection devices and power grids, create drag on low-orbiting satellites. Remember when Elon Musk sent a satellite up there, and it destroyed, it collapsed, it exploded, it melted the Earth? It's because it hit a low-orbiting drag that's caused by solar flares. Now, it can disrupt high frequency on radio traffic. And back in February, as I said, SpaceX launched 40 Starlink satellites when they were launched into a geomagnetic
40.
storm. Airlines will have to monitor radiation levels, which could cause them to reroute polar routes. The storms can also interfere with the birds, which sometimes causes havoc for pigeon racing. Also, the electric grid, for the most part, won't get jazzed up until about a geomagnetic storm 3. But the sun goes through these 22-year cycles, which really the 11 max or 11 minimum. To produce a lot of sunspots with the source of many storms and then very few. But right now we are at a very high peak time so it shouldn't be peace. We're only in the second year of an 11-year cycle. The next 3 years will continue to get worse, and because
yeah, so like apparently the next 3 years are going to get bad because technically Planet X has already passed Earth's orbit, but when it comes back around the sun and it comes back around us again and passes through Earth's orbit, we're going to be hitting all of its tail, meaning there's going to be huge kettleball sized hail hitting down on our Earth, like destroying everything. Fuck the electric grid, that's going to be gone way before this happens, but that is going to be like nuclear bombs landing left and right all over the place, thousands of them. Oh, I didn't want to fearmonger you guys today. I didn't want to scare anybody, but I wanted you guys to see these different perspectives of different people around the world who are showing us that signs of Nibiru coming through are real. They're coming. They're happening. They've been happening like at least since 2017. Some people say since 2012, but apparently since 2017, that gave us like the first 7-year mark. That's when it crossed Earth's orbit. Gave us a 7-year mark. So in 2024, we're going to be passing back through the orbit. So we're going to hit all these balls and this and that and whatever. But like, yo, this is crazy shite. If you enjoyed today's video, please do hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Make sure you watch out for Planet X Part 2 and Part 3 because this is a very long video I put together for you guys. And I really hope you guys can stick around for all 3. But I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Bye.